ginger, the garlic, the onion, as well as the spring
The best
onion.
kids education,
And don't forget the
watching
last leaf
free
there, the
cooking
curry
shows
leaf,
at the
right? The curry
shopping
leaf that I cook
centre.
down. Okay, so just gonna make sure I keep
Hello, hello. Good morning. It's a Monday morning and it's 7:30 in the morning. My goodness. I haven't been vlogging super early for a long time. Okay, so hi, you're watching Gregsby Eats and I'm here in a quiet corner coffee shop in the Jalan Besar area to talk about this stall which sells fantastic beef balls in a clear beef soup. The business has been around since 1984 and is currently run by the second generation. Now 66-year-old Chia Tik Kwang, who does the front of house cooking, and 6 of his extended family members who prep almost all of the food that's on offer here. Everything from the beef balls and the Hakka Yong tofu to the Hakka style suan kueh and abacus beets. So come, let's have a taste. Hello, 一碗 beef balls, cham cham.
You want bihun, friend?
I don't want bihun. And
Yeah,
then
three
one
item mix for you, my friend.
mix
All
it.
tender and fried.
Yeah, and then also one Hakka mian. Okay, so I'm back from the stall with a bowl of their famous beef balls with beef slices and some of their Hakka noodles. And I reckon that these two dishes, especially their beef balls, right, are the main highlights at this eatery. So first trying their signature beef balls. Okay. Okay, just for reference, right, this is my hand, so pretty big as compared to normal beef balls. Looks like inside. Okay, so the taste is pretty amazing. It's juicy, it's got a very meaty bite, it's springy, it's firm but it's not hard. And the meat is well seasoned as well, and there are no fillers. Apparently it's only 1% cornstarch, and they are of a big size too. Now they sell 2 variations of beef balls. Normal beef balls, which is pure muscle meat, and tendon beef balls, which is basically meat mixed with tendon and cartilage and other bits lah. They are quite hard to tell apart unless you look closely at the beef balls themselves. The beef balls look like beef balls, and the tendon balls, sometimes they have got bits of tendon sticking out. I believe this is the tendon beef ball. Let me try. I think so lah. I'll know when I bite into it. Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell. Wow. Today, the normal beef balls are softer than the tendon beef balls are. But usually the textural difference sort of like differs from day to day. Sometimes the tendon beef balls are slightly softer and sometimes they are slightly firmer. And vice versa for the beef balls. It's different day to day depending on the production. If you can't decide what beef balls to get, you can ask for a mix of the 2 in one bowl lah. Or you can get a mix of all 3 items lah. And if I was forced to choose between the 2, I would say the tendon beef balls are slightly healthier. Beef tendon is a great source of collagen, so it helps with joint and bone health. Apparently, Mr. Chia's extended relatives are in charge of the beef ball production, and his nephew is the one who leads the operation. Next, this one is the beef slices you can get lah. Wow. They come quite thick and they are cooked on the tender side of cooked. Very nice. Worth ordering too. And the beef soup obviously is a big highlight. It's a nice, clear, clean, savory soup with apparently no MSG, and it's made from boiling beef and pork bones for 5 hours lah. And very unlike the usual kind of Chinese beef soups you get in Singapore, where it is darker and more herbal. And then next, the chilli sauce. This is the chilli sauce you use in the beef soup lah. Quite spicy with savory soy nuts too, and some garlic. Very fresh too. And when eaten with the beef balls, Flavor just explodes in your mouth. Oh god. Just enhances the overall flavor lah. Fantastic. Gives it tanginess, spiciness, more soy savouriness, and then with the inherent beef flavor, wonderful. Okay, so as for carbs, right, their bihun is quite popular if you're looking for clean carbs lah. But if you're looking for something a little tastier, I prefer their Hakka noodles. This one. Right. So this is basically blanched Hakka noodles, thin and flat egg noodles lah, with some seasoned fatty minced pork on top. Apparently it's seasoned with some salted fish powder and white pepper. But the flavouring is very light. And when mixed with the noodles, right, it's very basic, very plain, and sometimes it's got a little bit of flavour, sometimes it's got no flavour. Some reviewers say that there's a bit of lard mixed in lah, but I don't taste it at all lah. You know, it's probably just the pork fat which they're tasting. And the noodles, while decently springy, right, have unpleasant alkaline smell. Yeah, it's quite alkaline-y, but if you overlook all these flaws, right, the noodles can come wonderfully alive when you add their fantastic chilli sauce which they make themselves. All rich, savoury, dried prawn based. You've got a hint of sweetness, but it's not a lot at all. I tend to add the whole thing in basically. Now I just mix it. So good. Oh God. And that is simply amazing. The chili sauce is an all-rich, dried prawn savoury flavour. Sometimes it's slightly sweet, sometimes it isn't, depending on the day of production, as I said. But on its own, it's got this savoury, slightly spicy, balanced flavour that's very spot on lah. And I tend to add one saucer. Some people add two, but it depends on how powerful you want the flavour to be lah. You know, you add more. You know, if you like it sweeter, you can add some of the old school sweet sauce as well. It's basically the Yong tofu red sauce, but it's done very old school style. I mean, it's still sweet, but it's got a very distinct fermented bean paste flavour. You know, and it's very hard to find this flavour in Singapore these days. So I like to add a little bit in. Just a couple of dabs. Because I don't like it too sweet these days. And that is fantastic. Oh my god. Okay, finished. Now, this eatery also serves some other dishes lah, which are pretty decent. But I'm not sure I would travel half across Singapore for them lah. Firstly, they have Hakka Yong tofu. And the soup in their Yong tofu is very nice, boldly savoury and rounded, made from a distinct stock of soybeans and fishball water. The water which they use to make the fish balls. But their stall-made Yong tofu pieces can be a hit or miss. Some of the pieces are filled with really minuscule amounts of meat, while some pieces feel like it's made with just fish paste. Hakka style Yong tofu is supposed to use minced meat paste, or meat paste mixed with fish paste. That said, they do have one or two meat paste items which are very generous and they are very good. Their fish paste mixed with minced meat filling is soft and fatty and nicely seasoned with tipo, salted fish powder. Their fried firm tofu are all fairly fresh and are on the soft side of firm and fried, but they have no fillings in them which is unfortunate. For the money, it's fairly priced, but I would have paid a higher price for properly made Hakka Yong tofu with more generous fillings. They also sell stall-made suan panzi, Hakka abacus beans, and they are quite decent. The texture is usually on the soft side of chewy and is slightly sticky. And you can taste some yam inside. Then it is fried with some small scatterings of onion, chopped black mushrooms, bits of minced pork, black fungus, and the odd dried shrimp here and there. It's not a generous amount of ingredients. I think they wanted to keep the prices affordable perhaps, but again, I would have paid a little more for properly made ingredients lah. Unfortunately as well is that the flavour is very light and needs more oomph. The soon kueh is better in my opinion. Actually, I think it's meant to be the Hakka version of soon kueh, which has yam mixed with flour for the skins. But personally, I've never tasted any yam inside. But on the upside, the skins are nicely chewy and resilient, and the fillings are a mix of bangkwang, turnips, a small amount of black mushrooms, and the odd dried shrimp here and there. Not as much as I would have liked. I'm guessing that over the years, they have reduced the ingredients to keep prices down. I remember they used to put in tau kwa, hard tofu strips, but I think they have omitted that in the filling. The overall taste of the filling is rather nice, nicely savory and a bit oil rich, and the radish has a decent bite to them. Not too soft as well. Again, it's on the lighter side of savory lah. It needs a sweet black sauce and some chilli to boost the flavour. So the highlight here are really their beef balls in clear soup. And they are definitely the best that I've ever tried lah. And I would travel half across Singapore for them. I don't think you can get beef balls like this anywhere else in Singapore. They're unique and are really that good. As for the other dishes, it's okay as I said, but then again I'm Hakka and I have a higher standard when it comes to these dishes. So try them out yourself. You might find that it suits your taste buds. So thanks for watching another episode of Greg's Big Eats, where I eat through the whole of Singapore. If you liked this episode, give it a like, subscribe and comment below and turn on the notifications bell, and I'll see you in the next one for more eating. Bye bye.